What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make the Invisible Woman from Marvel Comics using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, and then Head again, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find Custom Head 11, and of course you want to make sure that the skin tone is this one right here. For the face decal color, just make sure that is black. For the eyeshadow, we don't want any, so just make sure it's the same color as the skin, and then for the lip color, either go with bright red or this color right here. Now we don't need any accessories, now of course we can back out of there, go into hair, and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find the wavy one hairstyle. Now depending on if you want a comic book look or a more realistic look, you're either going to go with this blonde or this one right here. Personally, I really like the way that this one looks, so I'm going to stick with that. Now for the body, we're going to go with a custom body, which is body 8, and for the first color you're going to go ahead and make it this blue, and for the second color you're going to go ahead and make it dark blue. And for the body decal, obviously we want a 4, so we're going to choose the 4 right here and make it white. It should be white on default anyway, but just make sure. Now then, for the arms, we're going to go ahead and choose both arms. We're going to go to sleeves, make the first color blue and the second color black. And since the bottom half of the arms is black, you obviously want to make the hands black as well. Now for the hips, you're going to go ahead and find Martian Manhunters, which are these red ones right here, and we're going to make them blue. And finally, we want to go ahead and go to legs, both legs, choose boots. We're going to make the first color the same blue as the hips and the second color black. Nice, looking very, very cool indeed. Now of course we can move on into the effects. So we don't need a left hand glow or a right hand glow, but for the hit impact effect, we're going to turn that on, make sure it's style 4, and we're going to make it black. Nice. Now for the jump slam effect, we're also going to turn that on, and we're going to go with style 2, so it gives off more of an effect. And of course we're also going to make it black as well. So you can see here, that looks really, really cool. Nice. Now then, onto the abilities. So we don't need to add anything to the tag button, but for the jump button, we're going to go to double tap X, glide, turn that on, and go with glide style 1, because that looks really, really cool. We definitely don't need a hyper jump ability on hold X, but on tap square, we're going to go to bolts, turn that on, make sure the bolts come from both hands like this. For the style, go ahead and choose the first one. For the color, make it black, because that looks really cool. And then for the damage type, of course, choose heat bolts. Now for hold square, we're going to go ahead and give Sue a lunge attack ability, and we're going to go with lunge style 2. So you can see here she rushes towards an enemy to punch or kick them. Now then, for tap circle, we're going to give Sue the force field abilities. We'll turn that on and go with style 1. You can see that doesn't look that good there, but if we go ahead and make it black, it looks really cool. So you can see there, that looks so much better. Absolutely love that. Finally, for hold circle, we're going to go ahead and give Sue the explosion attack ability, so we'll turn that on, go with style 5, like this, and then for the effect, you want to make sure that it is the 4th one. Nice, and then for the color, you're of course going to make it black. And obviously, make sure it's a damage type for heat explosion as well. Nice, now then, onto the skills. So we're going to give Sue quite a few abilities to start off with. We're going to go ahead and give her the mind control ability, so we'll turn that on and make it black. And we're also going to do the same for the telekinesis ability as well. As well as that, we're also going to have the beam deflect ability, hazard protection, and of course, stealth. Nice. Now then, onto the personality. So for the health icon, we're just going to go ahead and choose teal. For the health type, just choose standard health. For the voice, just choose any female voice. For the speed, go with normal. For the target reticle, I probably suggest choosing Captain Cold's because it's blue. And for the animation, you definitely want cool, because that fits Sue perfectly. Nice. Alright, so we've done the appearance, the effects, the abilities, and the personality. We don't need any weapons, so now all we need to do is just fill in the basic information. So for the status, we'll put hero. For the affiliation, we'll put unknown, and then for the name, we're of course going to put Invisible Woman. We'll see if it actually fits. I have no idea. I hope it does. Let's see. Invisible Woman. Oh wow, it actually fit. Nice. Alright, cool. So now of course what we're going to do is drop the Invisible Woman into the hub world and see just what she can do. And here she is! This is of course my custom-made Invisible Woman made in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's just get a good look at her right here. Now I am very happy with the way that Sue's costume turned out. She looks really, really cool because originally I actually had a very different plan in mind. Basically what I was going to do is use one of the custom torsos, make it blue, and give her a black belt. However, personally I really don't like those bodies because there's no muscle detail underneath. So it ends up looking like one of those LEGO Juniors minifigures. So instead, since there was no belt on the body, I decided to put it on the hips. Now, I know it's not a perfect piece, but I think it'll do for now, and hopefully, with all of these DLC packs still to come, we might get a much more accurate hip piece added to the customizer in the near future. But anyway, what can this character do? Well, of course, if we double jump in the air, she can glide like that, which is very cool. We can attack these boxes like this, very simple. If we run over here, we can target these dumpsters and attack them by punching and kicking them. Nice. We can shoot these projectiles like this. If we hold circle, we can do this very cool move. Hang on. Get into the light here. There we go. Ready? Nice. And of course, it wouldn't be Sue Storm without force field. So there you go. She can pull up a force field. Nice. So let's actually go fight some police in Metropolis here. So one of the things that I really wanted to get right about this creation was of course Sue's powers, but more importantly the way that they looked, because basically last year I of course made the Invisible Woman in LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2, and what I essentially did was base her powers and abilities in the way that they looked on how everything looked in LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 1. However, a lot of people really didn't like that because of course I gave Sue a pink force field, pink projectiles and stuff like that. So instead, what I did this time was I basically looked back on a bunch of animated appearances over the years from the Invisible Woman, and essentially what the artists do when they're making the Invisible Woman in a cartoon or whatever is that they try to give her powers as less of an effect as possible. Hence the reason why you can barely see the force field and this attack and the projectiles and everything like that. So I think I've done a pretty decent job when it comes to her powers. You can see there. I mean, it really depends on what you're looking at, I guess, but from what I could see from all of the animated shows I looked at, that is the way that her powers appear. They are pretty much invisible, basically, which makes a lot of sense considering she's the Invisible Woman. So I think they look cool, definitely. But if you'd prefer to go for more of a comic book kind of Sue, then I suppose you could add a bit more of a bright and colourful effect. But from what I could see, this is how her abilities should appear in any media. So I think she looks cool. Take that! Nice. Now, one thing we haven't actually shown a lot of is her glide ability, and I absolutely love this. And I've said it in previous LEGO DC Supervillains how to make videos, but basically I really do wish the gliding was the same for every character, because if you play as Batman, you can glide in basically a similar way to the Arkham games, but it's more simplified. But with gliding characters that are custom made, they can only just, you know, glide straight ahead like this. But it's still kind of cool. I just wish there was a force field around her, because that would make it so much better. But oh well. Still awesome. So there you go, we can glide down into Gotham City. Nice. I think the Fantastic Four make more sense in Metropolis. You know, Gotham's a very dark place, but hey, if you want to, you can still take them here, which is great. One of the things that I've never showed in these videos is actually riding this, so let's try it. I don't think I've ever tried it myself, have I? I might have tried it like when I first got the game, which was ages ago now, but I haven't tried it ever since. But hey, I love the option that we can ride the cable cars. That's really cool. So if we just wait for one to come by, here we go, and hop into it. There you go. And it should come out. I think you can change the camera angle and things like that. If we just wait a second, it should happen. Come on. Wow, this is slow. There you go, change camera. Ah, there you go, now it's picking up pace. Cool. So that's just a neat little feature. I love that though. I think it's great that LEGO games are starting to basically make the worlds feel so interactive. If you see a horse, you can ride it. If you see a cable car, you can ride that too. A car, a bike, a train even. Like, it's awesome. Not the train in this one, unfortunately, but the train in LEGO City Undercover, definitely. One of my favorite things to do in that game was riding the train. Speaking of which, I hope we get a sequel to that game someday. I think that's long overdue. That game was amazing. Whee! So there you go, that's a pretty cool move. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.